And I see it all the time, especially, as a reformed libertarian, like the libertarians love to say, well, I'm a libertarian and you don't do that. We don't use the government for this and we don't use the government for that. And I would love if that were the reality that we live in.
Oh, yeah.
But we don't live in that reality. We live in the world where if you don't exercise power when you have access to power, you can guarantee that your political foes are going to exercise power. And that is going to possibly destroy your way of life.
And they're not afraid to use that power.
Not at all.
They love using that power. That's why they're screeching so crazy right now, because they're out of power to some degree, and they're losing their minds. And they're going to rile up their base to make it sound like this is worse than Pearl Harbor.
Yep.
This is D-Day all over again.
Yeah.
That's the language they constantly use to scare people.
Yeah.
So but 1 second, we got this video from Texas Representative. Hold on 1 second. Here we go.
Being 85 ayes and 6 nays, the motion prevails. The sergeant at arms and any officers appointed by her are directed to send for all absentees whose attendance is not excused for the purposes of securing and maintaining their attendance under warrant of arrest if necessary until further order of the House. Members, under the rules, while the House is under a call, any member who wishes to leave the hall must have written permission of the Speaker. The chair is providing written permission to be entered in the journal for each member registered as present on today's roll call to leave the chamber and return tomorrow at 1 p.m. Please return at the appointed time.